Alrighty guys, what is going on everybody? Welcome back here to another weather update, my friends. I hope you guys are having a great day out there. Glad to have y'all here for another round of an update, as we have some pretty crazy stuff still ongoing, my friends, across the south actually. We got ourselves a lot of flooding ongoing. We have ourselves a lot of flash flood warnings currently in effect out there by portions like eastern Texas, portions out there by Louisiana, southern Arkansas. So we got ourselves a pretty good amount of flash flood warnings that is in effect here, so we'll have to take a look out there for that. A bit of thunderstorms, actually. Bit of thunderstorms popping out towards the region. We're going to hop over here to the radar real quickly. I'm curious to see what the radar looks like here. So let's go ahead and hop over here. So yeah, like I was saying, a lot of... So definitely a lot of flash flood warning is currently ongoing. You know, tons and tons of flooding is a big concern overall. Anyways, see, southern, same thing, pretty much. Oh man. Okay. Well, yeah. So we got ourselves a few booms of thunder possible. We do have some reports of actually some thunder, vicinity thunderstorms apparently ongoing here. So definitely is popping up, and we're seeing pretty good rainfall rates here overall. We're getting reports of a lot of heavy rain out there. This is all happening kind of northwest of Houston right now, north of Houston. St. Augustine's actually under a flash flood warning. Look at this. Bridgewater Street in the city of St. Augustine's closed. Also, several reports of flash flooding has been reported. So it's definitely pretty crazy out there. Let's see. Am I sick? No, I ain't sick. Let's see here. What's up, guys? I never did do an introduction, did I? Let's see here. We got ourselves Crystal saying thanks for everything you do. No problem. No problem. We got Crystal. We have Caleb. We have Captain. We have Brooklyn. Let's see here. Tabletop. We have, let's see here. Quiet. We have Roadster. Let's see. We have Divinely. We have ourselves, let's see here. Got Siege. Got ourselves, who else we are hanging out there? We have John. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. Glad to have y'all here. So Tabletop says, any word on the severe weather in North Carolina this week? Nothing, man. We're not under any risks or anything like that. Let me go ahead and hop you over here. Now, we do actually have ourselves a couple of severe weather risks out there. For today, out there across East Texas, where we were seeing those storms popping off out there, we actually are seeing ourselves, a bit of a marginal risk out there. So level 1 severe weather threat. I mean, it's, there could be a couple severe thunderstorms out there along eastern Texas out there, kind of, also southwestern Louisiana overall. Tornadoes is a probability. We do have a possibility. We could see a couple tornadoes tonight. We're hopefully not. But I think the main threat here is going to be flooding. Also damaging winds, and they did include a hail threat as well, which is definitely pretty interesting. What's up, Catherine? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Stacy? Hope you are doing good, my friends. But yeah, definitely we got a threat for severe weather today. Tomorrow, we do have another severe weather threat still from the east coast of Texas through Louisiana through Mississippi. Once again, level 1 threat, 2% tornado threats, 5% hail, 5% wind. So, like I said, it's a lower end concern. I don't think coverage is going to be needed for this. Same thing here for Thursday. Honestly, we had a little thunderstorm threat. Sorry, a marginal risk out there for western panhandle of Florida, for southern Alabama, for southern Mississippi, southeastern Louisiana. Also in a bit of a severe weather concern, so we'll have to watch out there for that. Now, obviously, any further than that, predictability is way too low. Not potential too low, but predictability is too low for Friday and Saturday. Honestly, I don't expect much, considering we don't have really anything already here. So, like I said, honestly, really not too worried about it overall. Let's see. I wonder when we'll get to see Proxima. I don't know. Proxy hasn't been here in a while. Hopefully she's doing all right. Let's see here. But yeah, so you should be good there, tabletop. Yeah, really no worries of severe weather out that way. So you should be good. Anyways, but let's go ahead and hop over here, guys. We got ourselves a little bit of stuff to talk about regarding the flooding risks and stuff like that. We're going to go ahead and actually... what I'm going to do here, what is that? Is that a... Yep, that's a storm chaser. I don't think I can use that. Yep, that's a storm chaser. Okay. But anyways, but what I do want to look at is the outlook, because you guys are about to be blown away with what you're about to see here. So like I said, we are seeing some real nasty flooding, really real nasty flooding potential out there. And whenever it comes to the, let's see here. First of all, let me go and turn off these cameras here. Whenever it comes to the day one, outlook here, got a really large, moderate risk for flooding out there. So basically, the moderate risk is the second from last level of the maximum, let's see here, risk that there is. So this is a really big deal. This is a really big deal. And what's even more concerning about it is the fact that it literally covers a lot of ground. That is what's very concerning about this here overall. We got ourselves like I said, a really good size moderate risk here. This is actually north of Houston. This includes like College Station, you have Tyler, Texas included, Texarkana, Shreveport, Louisiana. Let's see here, portions out there by Hot Springs, Arkansas. This is just shy of Little Rock. Now, the outer areas in the yellow and in the green still are at risk for flooding, but the greatest probability will be in the red, which this is a serious issue overall. So we're talking a lot of potential flooding. Obviously is ongoing. We're already having reports of flooding that is ongoing. So it's definitely kind of a bit of an issue out there. So in terms of current radar, you can obviously see for yourselves here that we are definitely getting some heavy precipitation through the regions right now. And this is actually how it's going to be for the next couple of days. It's going to be pretty crazy. It is definitely going to be pretty crazy. Now, let me go ahead and bring up the models, actually. I do want to pull up like the HRRR, just to kind of show you all what we're talking about. So there's going to be several rounds, actually. It's not just one in particular round. It's going to be several, several rounds overall. Now, obviously, we have this big round that's rolling through, and we're just going to continue to see a bunch of thunderstorms here. I mean, pretty nasty ones, potentially, according to HRRR here. Like I said, theoretically, I mean, it is possible that a couple tornadoes could have happened tonight, tomorrow. It's a possibility. Also, damaging winds and maybe some hail even across some of these regions. All hazards is a possibility, but it's kind of on the low end overall. But like I said, this is going to be lasting for quite a while. Let me pull up a model that goes a little bit further. We'll use the NAM here. Which, if you see here, obviously there's going to be tons and tons and tons of precipitation, and even more to be coming after that. So between now and the 26th, we are going to be accumulating a lot of rainfall down in the south. Now, let me go ahead and hop you guys over here to the blend. I do want to go ahead and show you guys the blend of models regarding kind of a mixture between model opinions here, talking about, how much rain we're expecting overall. And like I said, I tell you, man, it's going to be pretty hefty. I mean, look at this. So this is from now until the 27th, which is reasonable time frame. I mean, this is about 4 days out, and, the total accumulation about 4 days out. And yeah, dude, it gets pretty bad out there. So let's go ahead and work that down in time. So, I mean, look at this. I mean, this is not considering how much, like I said, not considering how much rain we've already seen. This is adding on to that. So, obviously, the last run here was at 19 Zulu, which was, about 4 hours ago, maybe 3-4 hours ago. So not too long ago. And since then, we are expecting some areas to possibly receive maybe 6-7 inches. I mean, theoretically, locally, it could even be a little higher. So that right there, my friend, seems like a big issue. Now, for the East in general, let me just go ahead and bring out the whole United States for a view here. Like I said, from now until like the 27th overall, whenever it comes to it, we are seeing a lot of rain. I mean, any area there in that red color, so this kind of maroon color right in here. So any area in this zone, we are talking over 2 inches of rainfall, which, I consider that to be a pretty good amount of rain, actually. Definitely a good amount of rainfall. Now, like I was saying here, some of those yellow streaks, now that's basically representing where we could see over 4 inches of rain. So definitely will be a problem. Now, it seems like according to the blend here, obviously the heaviest is out there by like southwest Louisiana. But let me go ahead and, dive into more specific models overall. Like the GFS model here, just taking a look here between now and like the 27th. This one shows that a little more to the west, actually. A little more to the west, but also still showing about maybe 6-7 inches. So that's still about right. Obviously, the blended model said that too, so that seems reasonable to be expecting about 6 to 7 inches of rain. Now, that's honestly kind of a problem. Not only are we getting a lot of rain in those areas, but when it comes to it, I mean, we are literally talking some of those, I wouldn't call them valleys, but I'd call them depressions. Little areas, little holes. You know what I'm talking about? Lower elevations. That could be a real big problem, because obviously the water is going to run down into those lower elevations out there, which could be a real big issue. Now, the European model, on the other hand, really does still agree on the potential of maybe up to 6-7 inches in some areas, but it's more localized overall. Let's say it's more localized, but yeah, still even this model is showing plenty amount of rainfall, well past 2 inches, and across much of the southeast. I mean, also portions of the Ohio Valley. It's going to be pretty crazy. Absolutely. Let's see here, 4+ inch rain. Okay, we do need it. Some of the areas down here actually do. Oh yeah, for sure. Let me go ahead and bring up the drought monitor here. Look at this. So this is basically measuring the drought conditions, and as you can see, some of these areas that we're tracking here, like Louisiana, Mississippi, kind of the heaviest amount is going to be across some of those regions. The heaviest rain is going to be across East Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi here. Maybe even Southwest Tennessee, which seems to be the thing. It seems to be that's where we're going to see some of the heaviest precipitation overall. And, that's actually exactly where this drought is, too. So, obviously, we have places out there in the, in that dark red, which is an exponential drought, which that is, like, really bad. I mean, it is, like, really dry in those regions there. The red extreme drought, I mean, you can see the list from here. I mean, it's a bad drought. It is a really bad drought. And it's been like this for several months. You guys have been super, super dry. Now, like I said, though, this is bad also introducing so much rainfall in a short period of time, considering the ground isn't used to absorbing so much rainfall after a long time of being dry. It will flood because what's going to happen is some of the water will seep through the ground, but it'll eventually clog up to where the rain water becomes much slower being absorbed into the ground. So that makes it a big problem. That definitely makes it a really big issue overall. So, like I said, expect seriously large amounts of flooding out there. Like I said, this is definitely going to be one of the biggest flooding events here, obviously, of this year so far. For sure. This is the biggest flooding event here in these regions here. so far this year. Now, hopping back over here to the risk like I was talking about, you don't see this every day where they issue a really large moderate risk for flooding. Like I said, this happens once in a blue moon. I mean, it happens sometimes. We've covered it many times on the channel, but honestly, it's not very often we see this. It's really not very often we see this here. So, once again, like I said, the heaviest impacted areas here for the flooding for today, I should say, will be across northeastern Texas, including areas by College Station, Tyler, Texas, Longview, Texas, Marshall, Texarkana. Now, the heaviest flooding threat does not include Houston. However, Houston is in a slight risk, which is a level 2 out of 4. So you're still in kind of a pretty, decent flooding risk out there by Houston. I mean, we're still expecting a good amount of rainfall overall for those regions. Now, let me go ahead and work this way over here to the day 2 outlook. This is actually something I really haven't looked much at, honestly. So I'm just looking at today's. Now, tomorrow's threat, we also have another moderate that is expected. Now, this one is, once again, another really big deal. Tracking this time through Lake Louisiana, Alexandria. We have ourselves Lake Charles, western outskirts of Baton Rouge included. Jackson, Mississippi, right in the heavy flood zone. Let's see here, Tupelo. Also really in that heavy stuff as well. I mean, it gets pretty close to Tuscaloosa, Alabama as well, near Birmingham. So definitely really big flooding here for tomorrow as well. Now, obviously today, obviously being Tuesday, tomorrow being Wednesday. Now for Thursday, when it comes to the flooding outlook here, Thursday, not a moderate, but we do have a really large slight risk, which is still a pretty decent flooding potential. Definitely is something we need to look out there for. Now, this does include areas like New Orleans, Baton Rouge, all the way from Louisiana, all the way shooting up into the Tennessee, Ohio Valley, including southeast Kentucky, portions of eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina. Definitely is pretty crazy. Definitely is. Now, taking this a little further here, we do have access to, obviously, let's see, today was, Tuesday? I keep on forgetting what day it is today. It's like the 5th time I've done it today. So, yeah, today's Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. And, obviously, so Thursday would be day 3, which we already looked at. Now, day 4, right, so day 4 would be Friday. In day 4, we have another slight risk, man. Out there by, so this is for Friday, by the way. Friday has a big flooding threat out there by still southeastern Louisiana, portions of the panhandle of West Virginia, southern, Alabama, west central Georgia. And for Saturday, the risk does continue up there and towards the Smokies, out there towards, western North Carolina, northwestern South Carolina, northern Georgia, portions, very small areas, and southeastern Tennessee, barely included anywhere in the state, but still a couple of areas. But overall, like I said, definitely is a real big issue. Kyla says, when is this happening? This is starting now. It's happening now, basically until Saturday. Yeah, now until Saturday is the big risk days. So we're going to go through this real quickly. Once again, I'm just going to zip through it. I'm not going to spend any time talking about it now. We're just going to go through the risk days and show you where the big stuff's happening. First of all, let me go ahead and turn off the data here. We're also going to get rid of these winter weather advisories. We don't need these anymore because obviously we've already covered a lot of the winter weather madness that went on. Obviously, with the ice storm that rolled through here day before yesterday, or yesterday, really. Anyways, now, whatever it comes to it, like I said, once again, day 1 today, heaviest flooding threat, eastern Texas, northwest Louisiana, central southwestern Arkansas. Tomorrow, we have ourselves another moderate risk, a really big risk for flooding out there. Still portions of eastern Texas, right there on the far eastern coast area, east of Houston. Cut straight through central Louisiana, Baton Rouge included, with some of the real heavy flooding. Same thing here for Mississippi. We obviously got ourselves, Jackson, really heavy areas included, west of Birmingham too. So once again, real big flooding threats out there. Now, obviously, like I said, that was Wednesday. This is Wednesday's threat. Now, Thursday's threat is this. So here's Thursday out there by Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, North Georgia, eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, and even northwestern portions here of South Carolina included here for Thursday. for Thursday. And then, of course, for Friday, another slight risk down there towards western Florida, the Panhandle out there by Pensacola, west of Tallahassee included. Like I said, Tallahassee's not included here for that risk out there. Same thing for southeastern Louisiana, portions out there in southern, obviously southern Mississippi, including Gulfport actually is included. So obviously, got to look out there for that. So we covered Tuesday, day 1. Let's see here. Wednesday, day 2. Thursday, day 3. Let's see here. Friday. Say Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Friday, day 4 here, and then Saturday, day 5, which has us a little itty bitty pickle. A pickle of a flooding threat. Anyways. All right, let's see here. Let me go and get to some of these comments, you guys. Like I said, sorry, I just really had to go through all those outlooks because, like I said, man, this is going to be happening for days and days. Tons and tons of flooding. All right, let's see here. 99% humidity. Wow, definitely pretty humid out there. Yeah, that usually happens after you get a lot of precipitations, whenever the humidity skyrockets. Let's see here. Either that or, raindrop could have hit your humidity sensor, which could have read 99. Because some stations don't read 100, they read 99. Because 100% humidity would be full saturation, which would lead to fog, actually. Anyways. Let's see here. See. Doesn't seem like you guys have too many questions, which is good. Like I said, if y'all have any questions, feel free to let me know, y'all. We're going to be here for you. Let me go ahead and talk severe weather again. Like I said, we got a risk out there for some severe weather popping through. I'm already on there. Okay, we'll go ahead and remove that, and we'll go ahead and add the severe weather. Let's go ahead and remove that as well, and we'll take this up here. Okay, so like I said, today we do have a risk for severe weather. It's out there, basically southern Texas, southern and eastern Texas, all pretty much throughout most of the coast here of Texas. We do have ourselves a marginal risk, which is a level 1 on the spectrum. This is also for out there areas by central and western, kind of southwestern Louisiana. Now, like I said, tornadoes. This is the area where a couple isolated tornadoes can't be ruled out, man. So there's a possibility we could get a couple tornadoes out here. We definitely could get a couple of tornadoes out here. Now, this stretches all the way down from Corpus Christi. It shoots through like Victoria. This includes, obviously, Houston. Houston's kind of in the middle of it. We have ourselves areas out there by Lufkin, College Station. Now, the tornado risk is actually south of Tyler, Texas. So, to my people who's out there by Tyler, Texas, you're luckily because we're not expecting, any potential for tornadic activity out there. I mean, like I said, even knowing this is a 2% risk and, 2% chances for tornadoes is obviously nothing to be, worried really about. I mean, obviously it's something just to keep an eye out there for. I mean, it's, very extremely unlikely that you're going to get a tornado if you live in these regions here. Now, when it comes to damaging winds, we got ourselves a large 5% chance for damaging winds. So, we're talking the potential of some damaging wind gusts, out of some of those storms. Possibly could reach up there, maybe 60 miles per hour. It is a possibility. Hail, on the other hand, we do have a small hail threat through San Antonio, portions out there west of Houston towards Corpus Christi. Possibly could see maybe some hail instances of up to 1/4 inch being a possibility. Now, for tomorrow, this does extend eastward. The severe weather threat for tomorrow, obviously being Wednesday, does extend eastward into eastern Texas, Corpus Christi. Some of those areas, Houston, still included in this severe weather threat. Now, but this really extends out there towards Louisiana. Like I said, not to mention, remember the flooding threat we're having here, not just flooding, but also potential of severe weather too. So severe weather concerns, Baton Rouge, obviously New Orleans, Lafayette, Alexandria, Lake Charles, some pretty populated areas is included here in the severe weather threat concern for tomorrow. Now, tornadoes will be a problem. Tornadoes, once again, will be a possibility. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. Probability is obviously not too high. I just noticed this looks like a drumstick. Anyways, so yeah, so like I said, it's not the end of the world. I mean, obviously this is the lowest end tornado threat, but it is possible that an isolated tornado or two could happen across some of these regions here. So like I was explaining, the tornado threat for tomorrow's tornado threat does extend, kind of just southeast of Houston, out there by Galveston, Port Arthur. This does include Lake Charles, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, let's see here, New Orleans, Louisiana, south of Alexandria, Lafayette, I don't know if I already mentioned that, Lake Charles area. I know I did mention Lake Charles. Moving into Mississippi, too, south of Jackson for the most part, where the tornado threat is. We have ourselves Gulfport. Inside the potential for an isolated tornado or two, like I said, 2% chance of happening. Like I said, the odds are pretty low. The odds are very, very low. So let's use Gulfport for an example here to show you just how low the probability is. Okay, so let's say you know what, we're gonna zoom in a little bit. How about that? So let's say, for example, you know what, we're gonna go a little north. Let's try okay. So this is just a reference here. So let's go ahead and say you live in Hattiesburg. Say that dot is exactly where you live, okay? That is your dot of where you live here. Let's see. We'll get rid of it. Oh, shoot. Let me just do it this way. Okay, so say you live right there. Now, the probability of you seeing a tornado is pretty low. Not to mention, like I said, it's a 2% chance, nothing too crazy. But whenever it comes to it here, if I was to measure out 25 miles from this area, so it's a pretty far distance. Okay, so that's roughly about 25 miles in this area, so we'll mark one right here. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, let me go ahead and add another. Oh, shoot. That didn't change anything. Okay, so let's go ahead and add another 25 miles. We'll shoot up to the north here, about 25 miles. So you see kind of where I'm going with this, you guys? Right there, 25 miles. So actually what I can do, I don't have to do it that way. I can just do it this way. So then you add up all these areas, just like this, roughly. Okay, so here we go. So let's go ahead and remove this now. So that is basically a 25 mile by 25 mile box. So remember, you guys are right here. Say this is example where you're at. Within 25 miles of your location here, there is a 2% chance, that a tornado will drop somewhere in this 25-mile box. Now, let's say the worst case scenario happens, and there is a tornado that happens within 25 miles, okay? It could happen here. It could happen here. It could happen here. It could happen anywhere in this 25-mile box. Doesn't even mean it'll hit you. So that is what I really wanted to explain with you guys. Obviously the odds of it specifically going through this area within 25 miles of you is very low. Is very, very low. And it just goes to show you how unlikely you are to be hit by a tornado in a 2%. Now, obviously, if we started getting up into the range of 10% tornado threat, then it gets a little more crazy because, obviously the potential is still low. It is still a really low potential. But the potential impact of having a tornado is obviously very great. Because tornadoes are very dangerous. I mean, they cause a lot of problems. They cause a lot of destruction, as you know. Now, like I said, the odds are low, but the stakes are high overall. Anyways, so that is that. Oh my gosh, dude, the comments. The comments are so out of sync. What are you guys even talking about? Y'all are talking about movies and games and... All right. Well, I'm hoping you guys are taking this information here seriously, you guys, because like I said, it's definitely really important. And like I said, with the flooding, with the severe weather potential, even though it's a low-end severe weather threat, there still is a risk for property. Property damage, people's lives could be at risk here, so it's definitely something to mention, okay? So please be careful, guys. That's really what I got to say. Let's see. What's up, Samuel? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. But anyways, so yeah, tomorrow's threat overall, Like I said, once again, we have that tornado threat. Damaging winds also is a threat for tomorrow, all the way from Corpus Christi up there by Jackson, Mississippi towards Mobile. We are included there. Let's see here. Got hail threats. Yeah, tomorrow does have a hail threat, but it's out there on southern Texas. So, like Louisiana, Mississippi, no problems with hail. That's just going to be a small, like I said, just pretty much going to be a small, tornado threat and small wind threat. Small potential there for winds. Anyways. Let's see. Hi, Andrew. It was a terrible here in southeastern Michigan today. Ice everywhere. Wow. Southeast Michigan? Let's see here. I'm going to check up on southeast Michigan. So obviously, yeah, temperatures now are above freezing, which is good. You might even still be under this. I'm pretty sure I did see some advisories out that way. Or maybe that was further east. We do got a lot of winter weather advisories up there for the northeast here, though. Yeah, let's go and take a look at that, actually. What's going on here? So let's see. Winter weather advisory. Oh yeah, a little bit of ice, a little bit of snow. Yeah, at this point, I'm just going to bring up the future radar here. Let's see. We're going to turn that off. We're going to move that there. Okay. Precip type, and oh yeah, I gotta probably turn on the data so you can actually see what's going on here. All right, let's see. Gonna go ahead and load all this stuff up here. But yeah, so a lot of winter weather advisories up there in the northeast here. Yeah, just a little clipper system. I mean, nothing big. Followed by a big load of rain. So obviously, it's not going to be, obviously it's not going to be anything. Massive or spectacular up there. So, it's nothing too crazy. But yeah, a lot of rain to follow. So for the northeast, we got a bit of snow happening tonight into basically tomorrow. Yeah, tonight to tomorrow. And then actually for tomorrow again, for like kind of afternoon, evening tomorrow, we're going to get a lot of rain. So it's going to be snow followed by a big load of rain. Let's see here. I'm going to check and see how much snow we're expecting up there. Just curious. I mean, obviously, I want you guys to be up to date. So this is, specifically to my my nor'easters out there. All right, let's see here. Let's go bring up the total snowfall. Okay, so this is Euro. This is the European model. So, yeah, like I said, not too much. I mean, maybe 1 to 3 inches most places out there. I mean, according to this model, we could see about an inch of snowfall, right in these areas here. Some locally, I'd say maybe up to 3-4 inches is theoretically possible. Let's see. So we'll keep that one there. Let's do GFS here. Load that up there. GFS agrees, actually. Yeah, GFS mostly agrees. I mean, look at that. 1 to 3 inches. Same thing locally, maybe up to 3 or 4. I mean, really, yeah. That line's pretty daggone close. So models are in pretty good agreement. I mean, obviously it makes sense because, we're pretty close. GDPS here, this is a Canadian model. Same thing. This one does have a bit more extending westward, it looks like. I don't think the GFS showed that. Oh, wow. Did I just not circle that? Hold on a minute. Hold up. Am I, like, blind or something? Why did I not add this area here? Anyways, well, the bottom line is we basically are having some pretty heavy agreement out there, with the amount of snowfall and all that stuff. I mean, it's a little something, nothing too crazy, but enough for those winter weather advisories to come through. Let's see, this is current snow depth. Wow. Let's see here. So this is basically like current snow. Oh, shoot. Didn't want to go out that far. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, so this is current snow depth. We still have a bit of snow up there by Iowa, it looks like. Like I said, yeah, things are going to be heating up a bit. And, a lot of that snow that we have right now across, like, the Mid-Atlantic and, portions of, like, the Midwest seems like it's going to be going down a bit. So that'd be good. That'd be good. I know a lot of you guys are tired of the snow, while other of you guys want it. Let's see here. Kyla says, what I want to ask is my friend is in Sherwood, a suburb or section of Baton Rouge. You're saying she has a high risk of flooding. So, the specific risk is not a high risk. Obviously the risk of flooding is high, but the outlook is not a high risk. Hopefully that makes sense. So, yeah, flooding is a big problem is what I'm saying, but, the level on it is a level 2. And you said Baton Rouge. Okay, yep. So let me go ahead and show you this. So here's tomorrow's flooding threat, and you can actually see how Baton Rouge is, like I said, some of the western sides. You said where specifically? You said Sherwood? Sherwood. Is that, I have a feeling that's more east, right? Huh. Here, I'll look it up for your friend here. Sherwood, Louisiana. Here we go. Okay. Wow. Is this the right area? Baton Rouge is very far away from Sherwood. Okay, so if this is the area, yeah, we got a big problem with flooding. If that's the exact area we're talking about, yeah. So I mean, regardless, I mean, all of Louisiana is in a decent risk for flooding. So yeah, so obviously tell them to be weather aware. See, it's 41 degrees here, says Brooklyn. Let's see, what is it for me? Here in Central Florida, 68. 68. Actually got a little warmer today. I think it got up to like 75. It's actually a pretty nice day out today. Yeah, I was actually mentioning this to let's see here. Or I put it on my Twitter, actually. That's what I did. And so what's going on right now is the fact that we are seeing let me pull up GeoColor maybe. Does GeoColor work at night? Okay, there we go. Yeah, it does. Okay, so basically what's happening here, we're going to load up 250 frames. I'm bringing up a lot of frames here. So we have what we call a Bermuda high. So basically what's happening here is we have ourselves a big ridge of high pressure. So we have a lot of high pressure that is, basically shooting a bunch of warm air at the southeast here. Because obviously it's bringing that cooler air and it's taking it above the ridge here, above that high pressure. In which obviously, we have the circulation is allowing for a lot of that warmer air to infiltrate the south, which will obviously eventually work its way a little bit further up into, maybe up there by the Midwest. This is almost done loading, so you can actually physically see this. So there we go. Let's see. Okay, it's a little glitchy. Oh, very glitchy. Oh, wow, very glitchy. I'm not even hitting any buttons, and it's freaking out, dude. Oh, man. You know what? Let me go ahead and get rid of that real quickly. It's a little messed up. Let me just go ahead and show you on this view. This would be much better, dude. This one is much more reasonable. I don't know what the heck was going on with that. There we go. So this is loading more better. So there we go. Okay. So you see during the day here, like pay attention to the flow of the ocean here, right? Or flow of the atmosphere, I should say. So watch all this be moving in those directions of the arrows, right? So we work our way down in time. You see how all of it's slowly creeping to the north and to the west here. So like I was explaining here, our Bermuda high, that area of high pressure, I probably should keep that, is located somewhere out here, just off the coast of the mid-Atlantic here, which is basically, causing that clockwise circulation there. So it's bringing all this air over the ridge, and it's pulling down some. It's kind of hard for you guys to see that. Let me go ahead and just see. Just pay attention right here. You'll just see all those clouds moving towards the coast. So that's basically allowing it to warm up a bit. Got a lot of storms out there in the Gulf. Actually, you guys can see big heaping mess of storms. and also, what I did want to show you guys is look how much of the country is covered in clouds. Wait for it. Look at that. Look how much of the United States at that moment earlier today was covered in clouds. Like, literally most, I'd say it's at least 80%. At least 80% of the country earlier today was covered in clouds, dude. I mean, it is. The only real obvious clearing is along some of the eastern or just east of the Rockies slightly. And then we have a few little gaps out there by California, Nevada. A few out there by the mid-Atlantic, a little thinner clouds up there in northern Maine. You can actually see all the snow up there. You see that? That's not clouds. That's actually snow. You can actually see the snow from the satellite view. Yeah, a lot of that is lower level clouds there. Just kind of hovering around. It's crazy, though. Anyways, just wanted to mention that. Also, like I said, thunderstorms starting to pop up there. East Texas right now. We'll go ahead and bring that up. We'll do actually sub-regional sectors. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab this area. Yeah, obviously got a bit of storms popping through. I'll do 48 frames here. Yeah, look at that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. So, like I said, meanwhile, right now, oh wow, actually, let's go and hop over here. We've got a pretty strong cell out there by Huntsville, Texas. Huntsville, Texas, by the way. Got a lot of flash flood warnings popping off through, but like I said, obviously that's kind of expected. I mean, considering how, we are seeing a bunch of rain out in those regions. Radar coverage is not very good here. Let's grab terminal radar. Terminal should read it too. Yep, there it is on terminal. Interesting. Let's see. Video like, thank you, appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. What's up, Oso? Hope you're doing good. I don't know how to say your name, so. But guys, next live stream, I'm gonna change up my camera angle again. I think I'm gonna put it back to where it was, because it's kind of hard seeing my face sometimes, considering I'm looking this way half the time at the chat. So I think actually I might even put it right there. Shoot, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna, as soon as I end this live stream, I'm gonna mess with my camera angle. So we'll get that all resituated. Let's see. What's up, Crystal? Hope you're doing good. Welcome back. But but yeah, like I was saying, guys, watch out for some severe weather. A lot of flooding concerns and stuff like that. Like I said, severe weather once again, though. I mean, even though it is a risk, it's nothing absolutely astronomically crazy. I mean, obviously, it's we got a marginal risk out there, level 1 threat. Which is it's a little risk out there for severe weather, and in this case, tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds is a concern. Said for a minute that we were offline. That's not good. See, I'm doing good. Hauled wants me to take a look here at 32068. Okay, we'll do a couple zip codes here and there. 32068, 32068, Florida. Yeah, there's not much going on out here, man. Not much going on. Warmer temperatures. It's all about, I can tell you. It's unfrozen. Yeah, I think we're good now. we're good now. Just gonna hide that. Yeah. If for some reason the stream does end, that'll probably call it for the night, because I mean we're getting close to our hour mark anyways. So if the stream does end, guys, that'll be the end of it. But if we stay strong, then yeah. Oh, is it still acting up? Let's see. It looks like it's